It is the sentence of this court that for the brutal and despicable crime of murder in the first degree, you shall hang by the neck until dead.
No, I'm not going through this again. I don't have to listen to you. Do you know why? Because you're not real. None of this is real.
I can assure you, Mr. Grant, this is very real.
This is a dream. All of this and all of you are a dream from inside here.
Remove the defendant from the court.
You fool. Don't you understand that I invented you? And that without me you'd cease to exist? Don't you understand? You would cease to exist.
So what happened, man?
Same thing that always happens. Fools are gonna hang me.
You still think this is a dream, Grant? Huh? We're just figments of your imagination?
I don't know what you are. I think I got you out of a bad movie I saw once, Flask.
Oh, yeah. Now we're all a movie. I mean, we're all movie actors. Shut up! Don't listen to him. He's scared. Like we all scared. None of us want to die.
You know, Jimmy, sometimes I wish I almost could die if that would be the only way this would end.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to die, Grant. That rope down there, that don't pick favorites. Once it's around your neck, it does the job.
No, that's the point. It doesn't do the job.
There you go again. Sound like you've been through it all already.
I have been through it over and over again. I don't know how many times. You want to know what it's like, Jimmy? You walk out your cell, through that door down at the end there. You walk down a long hall, and it's dark, and it's dirty, and it's dimly lit. You come to a door. It's not the same door that the witnesses come through. This one's green, painted dark green. And a guard opens it for you. It leads to the stairs. You climb the stairs. They're old and wood. They creak under every step. There's another door up at the top there. It's metal. Another guard opens it. He knows you're coming. They all know you're coming. You step out onto the hanging balcony, and there's a sheet that goes from the floor of the hanging balcony down to the floor of the room, and it's lit from behind. And that's so that the spectators can only see the silhouette of the man when he drops. The rope breaks his neck. You step out on the trap. The warden's there, and he asks if you got any last words, and he has to, that's the law. And the hangman ties your hands behind your back. And he binds your feet. And he slips his hood over your head.
Listen to him, Flash. Listen to him.
The hood is musty. It always reminds me of an old couch.
Shut up, Grant.
And finally, he puts the noose around your neck. Slowly and real carefully, he just adjusts the knot up behind your ear.
Shut up!
And then the hangman nods at the warden. And the warden nods at the assistant warden. And then the assistant warden, he flicks a switch. In the little room off the hanging room, a red light comes on. And there's 3 guards there, standing before 3 buttons. They all push him at the same time. One of those buttons releases the trap. The floor falls out from under you, and you know, I just can't remember what happens next.
Fear that Adam Grant might be telling the truth.
Ridiculous. In my opinion, all this dream stuff is his own last-ditch effort to try to save himself. He's trying to cop an insanity plea. Well, it just won't work. He was examined by 2 psychiatrists, and both of them deemed him fit to stand trial.
Come on, Mr. Ritchie. Haven't you ever thought to yourself, all this can't be real? I can't be the district attorney. I can't have a beautiful wife and a beautiful home and live in such a fine neighborhood. All of this is like a dream.
Everyone has. If you're successful, it's easy to think it's all a dream sometimes. And if you're not successful, it's easy to look at life like a nightmare. So he convinces himself that it's not happening. Not really.
Let me ask you something. This was a murder trial. A big murder trial. Why were there no spectators in the courtroom today?
The judge ordered the courtroom clear.
I don't remember that, do you? Let me ask you something else. Where was the press? When you left the courtroom after the trial, were there any reporters waiting outside for you? Were there? Mark, what is she talking about?
expecting someone.
Oh, yeah? The governor with your pardon. Hand delivered right to your door.
No, not the governor. The district attorney usually comes around 9.
Who is it?
The district attorney, who the hell else?
Open it. Let me in.
Sure you want to?
Open it.
Hang around?
No.
10 minutes, that's all you have.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. You always come at 9. At least the district attorney always comes at 9. It's not always you.
Look, Grant. You may have your own attorney fooled with his dream stuff, but it can't possibly do you any good with me. You must realize that.
I do realize that all too well. Whatever you do too late.
What do you mean, too late?
Well, you'll call the governor. You'll always call the governor, but it'll always be too late. I'd appreciate it if once the call would come through on time, because maybe if I got a stay of execution, I'd wake up from this thing. You're not real, Mr. Ritchie. You're a character in a dream I'm having. A nightmare.
I don't believe you. I don't even come close to believing you. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Dreams don't have to make sense. When was I sentenced? What day?
Not too long ago.
Yeah, but what day? What day is today?
It's Sunday, of course. Everybody knows that executions take place at 12:01 a.m. Monday.
Well, I got sentenced earlier today, didn't I? Didn't I? Well, what court does business on a Sunday, Mr. Ritchie?
You didn't get sentenced earlier today. This is just more of your dream craziness. Maybe you really think you got sentenced today. I don't know.
Then why don't you get him out of here, Richie? Let him cop an insanity plea.
Because this is not insanity. It's just some sort of a trick. You were proven to be mentally sound. You're a very good actor, Grant, but it just won't work. Stop it! If this is just a dream, why don't you wake yourself up, huh? Go ahead. Wake yourself up!
Don't you think I've tried? I've pinched myself. I've poured cold water on my face. I lit a match. I burned my palm. It just doesn't work. You know, I try to break up the sequence of events. I remember once I attacked you in here. I thought I could do something that would force you to make me wake up. It doesn't work. Nothing works. I can't get off the track. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Is it? What about your wife?
What about my wife?
Her name's Carol, isn't it? It's always Carol.
How do you know who she is?
Because she's the only character in the dream that doesn't change, and because in real life she's my sister. She wants to see me hang, right? But do you know why? Because she hates me. We've always hated each other. Even as kids, we never got along. Why? I don't know. Brothers and sisters are just like that, I guess.
Of all the devious... You deserve to die, you know that?
No! I must think I deserve to die. I must have done something in real life that makes me keep having these dreams over and over again. Something I feel guilty about, but for the life of me, I don't know what it is.
You're insidious.
Well, why don't we put on some Johnny Mathis, some Al Jarreau, maybe some Bobby Short.
No! Guard! Guard! Get me out of here!
Maybe we can build a fire in the fireplace. You believe me now, don't you, Mr. Ritchie? Oh. You've got to help me. You've got to. Please, you're the only chance I've got left. I can't keep going through this any longer, Mr. Ritchie, please! Mr. Ritchie! Mr. Ritchie!
Tell me, Miss Jacobs, how does it feel to defend somebody like Adam Grant? Someone who so obviously did what he was convicted of.
Every defendant, no matter what crime he or she has been charged with, has the right to counsel. I should think you would have learned that by now, having lived so long with your husband. How many years have you been married, Mrs. Ritchie?
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. How many years?
Look at me, damn it! Look at me! I ain't no dream. I'm real. Look at my arms, my hands. I'm real, Grant. I'm real.
What happened?
Where have you been?
Where do you think I've been?
All this time?
There's a bad fog out. It was slow coming home. I could hardly see.
What happened?
Nothing. Mr. Grant is going to hang as scheduled.
What did he say?
He's sticking to his idea that this is all a dream. It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard of. Look at us. We're flesh and blood. We can touch, feel, see. We're intelligent. We can think and talk. We have memories. What? What is it?
You can't kill him. Listen to me, you fools. You can't kill him. One. Think you can't do this.
Is there anything you wish to say, my son, in the few moments remaining to you?
Hello, Dad. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Most people call me Father.
What's your last name, Father?
Grant, like you. A coincidence.
Yeah, no coincidence. You're my father. In real life, you're dead. You have been for years.
Perhaps we should pray.
There's no need for that.
There's always a need for prayer, my son.
Maybe in the real world, not in a nightmare.
You feel detached from reality.
I am detached. Nobody believes me.
I believe him. You gotta believe him too.
Ask for God's forgiveness, Adam. It's the only way.
What about your forgiveness, Dad? Do you forgive me?
For what?
For whatever I did that makes you keep coming back to haunt me. You played the judge last time.
God is the only real judge, Adam.
No, don't take him. You don't understand. He's what's keeping us all alive. He's crazy. He's alone. Can't you see that?
Look, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know who to believe. All I know is I am scared. Mark, I'm scared.
You can at least get a stay of execution. I know you can do that.
Do something.
You still think he's acting? Is that it? Okay, maybe he is acting. And maybe it is just a coincidence that neither of you can remember the date you got married, or how long you've been married, or if you even got married.
Hello, this is Mark Ritchie. Yes, the district attorney. I want to speak to the governor right away. It's a matter of life and death.
Adam Grant, do you have any last words? If so, speak them now. Very well.
Come on. Yes, this is Ritchie. I'm sorry, Governor. There's no time to explain. He's calling now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What is the verdict?
We find the defendant, Adam Grant, guilty of murder in the first degree.
The defendant will rise.
Adam, you have to stand.
Adam Grant, you have been tried by a jury of your peers and found guilty. Is there anything you wish to say before sentence is passed? Very well. It is the sentence of this court that for the brutal and despicable crime of murder in the first degree, you be hanged by the neck until dead.
No, I won't go through this again. I can't go through this again.
I don't have to listen to you. Do you know why? Because you're not real. None of this is real.
I can assure you, Mr. Grant, this is very real.
You're a dream. All of this and all of you are a dream. Inside here.
Remove the defendant from the courtroom.
Oh, you fool. Don't you understand that I created you? Without me, you cease to exist. Don't you understand?
We know that a dream can be real. But what if reality is only a dream? We exist, of course, but how? In what way? As we believe as flesh and blood human beings? Or are we simply playing parts in someone else's feverish, complicated nightmare? Think about it, and then ask yourself, do you live here, in this world, or do you live instead in the Twilight Zone?